it's been a while, and some of y'all probably asking, what the hell's Thethrell doing on Wartune? Well, I got stuff I got to do. Yeah, anyway, so there's this thing on here, Goodies Link. Man, I've heard all kinds of complaints about this. I've watched people trying to play it and try to figure it out. It's not really that hard. A lot of people say, oh, it's just Mahjong. No, it's not Mahjong. And to those of you that really, really hate this game, I have to apologize because I'm actually kind of the reason the game is here. I know a lot of people won't believe that. I don't really care. But here's the story behind this game. When the Elite Club first started back in November to December of 2013, that was about just a few months after I had started playing. So of course I was one of the original members of the Elite Club, and back when they first started, they were actually useful. They've turned into kind of just another bullshit thing just to make money. But when it originally started, the intent of the Elite Club was to have somebody that some of the top players could go to and say, hey, there's something wrong with the game. Hey, here's some ideas for this. Hey, can you fix this and this and this? And they would give out free stuff. Nothing really spectacular, but like at Christmas was the first holiday after it founded, and they just sent us a little bit of free stuff, you know, a little bit of gold, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Nothing big, but just a little bit of stuff to say, hey, we appreciate you wasting all your money on this retarded game. And so in January of 2014, they sent me, the way we contact them was always through Skype. They had us add them on Skype, and in January 2014 they sent out a message to me asking, and I think they sent it out to other people as well, saying, what kind of mini games do you want to see added? They had fishing, they had added fishing, and they had added yeah, whatever the other little mini game is. The little gem thing. They had just added the little gem thing in there, gemology, whatever the hell it's called in here. And anyway, so I had played this game. I still don't know the name of it. Goodies Link is obviously not the real name. They don't call anything by the real name because they get sued. So, but I had played this game years ago on some just game site, and I couldn't remember it. But I described it to them. I said, hey, it would be really cool if you had this card matching game, and for everything that you matched, you got what was on the card. So, you know, they didn't have all the crap that you guys have now in this game. But I suggested this game, and they said, hey, that sounds like a great idea. And then like 4 or 5 months later, they put it in China, and I was like, you mother fathers. And we didn't see it for a long time. Well, finally, I quit playing, as you all know, or most of you know. Some of you still don't have it in your head, but I quit playing in January of this year, 2015. And then they added Goodies Link. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. So anyway, the reason I'm recording it now is I just hit over 1 million views on my videos on YouTube a few days ago. I was really happy about that, and really glad with all the support that I get from you guys. And just to show my appreciation, I do kind of miss some stuff about this game. That I have a ton of reasons why I'm not playing this game, and they're very good, very valid reasons. But I did want to just show you guys my appreciation and come out and just sort of explain this little thing a little bit to you. I know that there's a timer on this, but we'll go ahead and just start this. It is very similar to Mahjong in the fact that you have to match tiles. Other than that, there's not really a lot of similarity to it. I see people playing it and they'll try to match things that just don't make sense, and they can't figure out why or what the rules are. So we'll go ahead and look at the frequently asked help. I mean, it says it right there. Links cannot have more than 2 turns, cannot pass through another tile, cannot be diagonal. That kind of explains everything you need to do. You get rewards for this, rewards for that, blah 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 blah. Top players, basically the top 3 spenders on the server, get title, whatever, all this other BS. Anyway, so what this means is, Mahjong, you would basically go along, and any 2 that you could pull off from the side. But the way it works in here is different. You can pull them out of the middle if they're touching. So just quickly trying to look through here. I don't see any that are touching. I see these 2. So as you can see, I can just do that. There's a line between them, but what they mean about no breaks in the turn is, if you look at these two right here, it's kind of obvious. If the way you think about this is, there has to be a line coming out from this. A line can't go into another tile unless it matches, but none of these match. So there has to be a straight line coming out. And then to get to it, it has to turn. So boom, it will make one turn. And then to get to it again, it has to make another turn. That would be 2 turns. So this can match with this because it's going to be 2 90-degree turns. Or just think of it as half a rectangle, half a square, however you want to think of it. But it can only do that. It can only make 2 turns. So for example, this piece matches this piece, but to get from here to here, I'd have to go straight out, make 1 turn, 2 turns, and then 3 turns to turn into it. That's why this doesn't work. I've seen a few different people when I watch them trying to play this that try to make stuff like this, and they're like, "Oh, doesn't it match? This stupid game doesn't work. It's broken." No, this isn't Mahjong. It's a completely different game, and so you have to try to get them to go along. If I had another diamond, let's see. Let's get rid of these two. These things match. Yeah, yes, I know it's not really a diamond enhancement crystal, refinement crystal, whatever the hell these things are. It's been a long time, 9 months since I played this thing, so I do forget what some of this stuff is. But anyway, this refinement crystal, it'll go all the way out to here. 1 turn, 2 turns, boom, boom. So you keep on doing that until you clear the whole board. Yeah, you do have a timer, but all that timer does is give you a little bit of extra points. So you could take your time on this. Sometimes it's really hard to find ones that match. Sometimes you'll just go bam, 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 and it's really simple. If you do get really stuck, they do have these 2 boosts over here. The bomb boost, if you use this, it will automatically match one for you. Go away. It'll automatically match one for you. So we'll go ahead and do that. Boom, it matched one for me, just in case you couldn't find one. What this does, kind of self-explanatory, shuffle. It just shuffles everything for you so that you have a new board. Now, the good thing about this is you may sit there looking at it and think, there's nothing on here. I can't find anything here. But there is always something on the board. If not, it will automatically reshuffle. It'll automatically shuffle it for you so that there is something on the board. So if it's not shuffling it, there is something on the board. There's it won't leave you to where you can't move. And it all just becomes a matter of how fast can you match stuff, how quickly do you get used to seeing these same patterns over and over again. I haven't actually played this version that many times, only a few times on my girlfriend's account, because she absolutely hates it, just like most people do. But once you learn the symbols a little bit, I mean, and here's what I mean, 2 that are completely on the inside, since only 1 line goes between them, they can click. These 2 click. These 2 click. But I mean, there is, of course, some strategy to this, just to trying to get it to go faster, because if you just look at different things, let me see. I could match this one to this one, but then I'd be trying to end up matching this one to this one all the way over here. There's just better odds of me getting to match these 2 at some point on this particular board. So I'll get rid of these 2. This, not too big a deal, but just to get closer into here. Also, you can try to look at, is there a pumpkin out here waiting? And then you look for the, whatever, but there's not. So we'll just try to clear that. Actually, I'll clear it with this one because there is one of these yellow things over here. If I remember correctly, that's an endurance potion or some shit like that. Now this one, it can turn in here, so even though you wouldn't be able to go 1, 2, 3, since these are open, this is now able to go 1 turn, make 1 turn into the VIP token. So there's that, which, as I said before, might be able to open those up. So now those are right next to each other to get rid of that one in there. got these roses close, but no, they're too many turns in between them. But if we can try to start clearing some space out here. Now I've got those roses. So as it's not entirely difficult. Just once you get the concept of it down. I do realize it is a little bit of a pain in the ass game, but and it doesn't give you a lot of stuff. I don't actually really know what the rewards are. I think if you complete it 3 times, even if you're completely out of timer, that you do end up getting this thing. Imperial Seals, Mara Seals, Sepulchrum, which from what I understand, all that stuff is really easy to get. When I was still playing, that stuff was hard to get. So, but now, with stuff like that being easy, rewards of this aren't that good, which is probably why most people don't do this thing anymore. But since I did really want to end up recording this at some point, just because it is kind of my fault that you guys have it. But of course, back when this would have been useful, back when I suggested it, is not when they had it. They, of course, bring everything to the Chinese first. They always get first everything. Almost everything. They don't... Everybody that thinks the Chinese have everything better than us, they don't have wilds at all. So there's a little bit of stuff that we have they don't have. And I think we got fishing before they did. I'm not 100% sure. But their fishing levels are a lot higher than ours, and they get all sorts of buffs, and they get all kinds of crazy shit. But anyway, alright, so that was that. I don't really know a lot of the newer stuff on here. I've logged on a few times just to try to get acquainted with stuff so I can keep answering questions for you guys, but to be honest, I'm really busy with a lot of stuff in real life and other games, so I can't... The amount of time that it takes to spend on this game now is just ridiculous. That's one big complaint I keep hearing from fans, is that they just have added so much stuff that people can't keep up with it anymore. So, yeah, I don't have the time for this, and I was hoping to try to start getting back into the game just enough to be able to answer questions for you guys, but it's really just too time consuming. I don't know if I'm going to have the time to do it, as well as all the other games that I have to keep up with. But for any of you that follow me on other games, if you have questions on those, or if there's specific stuff you want to see recorded, or you know, you might be able to tempt me to record something on here again, as long as it's not too difficult to figure out. I do have a lot of friends that still play this and might be able to answer some questions for me. But anyway, enjoyed just getting in and being able to record one more thing for you guys on Wartune. I hope that it cleared a few things up. And for those countries out there that don't have this yet, I know a lot of people that play Legend Online from various countries around the world like to watch my videos on Wartune just to see what kind of stuff is coming up for them. And so hopefully once you guys, like Italy and Turkey and stuff like that, if you guys don't have this yet, hopefully this explains it so that when you do get it, it's not a big headache for you. Anyway, thank you once again for joining me. I'm Thethrell on Wartune.